ugly.
We're good.
Okay? So notice how much I moved my knife up. And notice I didn't start here. If I were to do this, it's not together, right? I want this onion to stay together. I want the root to hold it together. So I'm actually gonna take the tip of my knife all the way back here. I'm not gonna cut from here on this root area. And I'm gonna wait until it hits the cutting board, and then I'm going to move my knife down. This sometimes looks awkward for people. I notice, I can see that they seem uncomfortable with it. You can actually do this whole thing, especially with a small onion. You can do it with a paring knife if that makes you feel better. Okay? So I'm gonna make my cuts. The closer together they are, the smaller your dice will be. At this point, I'm in the middle, right? My fingers are no longer safe over here. I'm just gonna bring that to the other side. Okay, so again, I get to the middle, I move to the other side. I move my knife at an angle when I do this. It's just as successful if you were to do it this way. Okay, again, you could do 2 more cuts this way, but we're not gonna be super picky or fancy tonight. I'm gonna just move my guiding hand back here. I'm gonna use my pinky and my thumb to kind of hold it together. And because this is not a very, very sharp knife, again, I can feel that I wanna just saw through it. Some people will do this beautiful dicing job, and then that breaks the cell walls. It changes the flavor of the onion completely. The bigger the pieces of onion and garlic, the sweeter it will be. The smaller you cut it and the more you break the cells, the more pungent it'll be. Grated onion is really, really pungent. A whole roasted onion is like candy. It's kind of strange, you wouldn't think that. All right, so I'm gonna move that over to the side. I'll show you one more time. So again, you cut off the stem. You leave the root. Bridge reach over. Down, you have a flat foot. You can peel this then. Sometimes it's still difficult. I can feel a little bit of that film there. Okay, this one's a little funky, so again, you would peel one more layer if we were using this. The knife starts back here. Okay, look at how much waste I have here. This can go to compost. This is actually where a lot of the sulfur is that will make you cry. And onions are cheap and fingers are not. But you can use that for stock and many other purposes. You could actually put it into the soup. Okay, so my knife goes down, I feel it hit the cutting board. Then I straighten it out. I come to the middle, I move my hand over to the side. And what you should have when you're at this stage is like an Outback bloomin' onion. Okay, so I have a full one here. Last time I had cut the piece off, and I just use the pinky and the thumb to hold it together. The bigger the onion, the more difficult this will be. And you really can, because we don't want to be too wasteful, you can go back, and hand dice that. But what we don't want to do is go back and re-dice this. The only time you're gonna rock and chop like that is through something probably like herbs or maybe minced garlic, right? Gather it as close together as you can. You're gonna flex up here. This stays in one spot, and the knife basically, just like it suggests, rocks and chops. Okay, I'm at a bad angle, so it's not really, I need to be closer. But you just would keep going through this, regathering until it was very finely